We talked to our first guest backstage. This is a nice lady. This is a very nice lady.
Yeah,
let's introduce her to everyone.
Well, our first guest plays a savvy, tough-minded police detective on television.
Yet in real life, she is soft, and she is sensitive and very spiritual. Let's see her in action on her NBC series, Hunter.
Whoever killed Harris took the masks. I've got a search warrant to look through your shop.
Do you really think I'd be that stupid? Search away. Seriously, though, kiddo. I didn't take them masks. And I sure didn't kill anybody. But you know what?
Well, I'm sure you're going to tell me.
You ought to quit worrying about them Indians. Start respecting my tradition. Because I'm the last of the outlaws.
Yeah, well, maybe out here you are. But not where I come from.
Ooh. And now, let's meet the real lady behind the badge, Stepfanie Kramer. Hi, Stepfanie. Hi.
Pretty, huh? She pretty? Thank you. Everyone says that, though. Let's talk about, so Dee and I were talking about you, and something interesting, because Dee and I are very close to our moms, and you are very close to your mother. Your father died when you were young, and your mother raised you.
Right, basically. Well, my dad died when I was 12, and my mother is really a remarkable person. She's so amazing. She's really a total Renaissance woman in every sense of the word. She's enormously creative. She's an incredible artist, a beautiful soul, you know, a really great spirit.
Yeah.
And very giving and very caring, and is truly one of my closest friends. I'm very blessed to have that kind of a relationship with my mother, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you know how lovely that is.
Oh, it really is important in our lives, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Did you always want to be an actress?
Yeah, I always did. I remember my mom asked me when I was, I think, 7. She said, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, I want to be an actress and a singer. And she said, okay. And I was, again, very lucky because she supported me in that choice.
Say, what are you, crazy?
Yeah, you know, I think it's important that no matter what choice your children make, if they want to be whatever, lay carpet, be a plumber, paint the ceiling, whatever they want to do, support them because that's their choice, that's their life. And I'm very grateful for the fact that she did. She was right there and just said, great, go do it. You have my support.
Now, you said a minute ago, you used the word spiritual, and you're very much involved in meditation and the spiritual side of life. When did that begin, and how does it help? What does it do for you?
Oh, gosh, you know, that's, when did it begin?
Do you have 20 minutes?
I really got about an hour and a half. I don't consider myself a religious person, per se. I consider myself a very spiritual person. That began when I was a very small child.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Basically from about the age of 7 or so.
Really?
Yeah.
That's unusual, isn't it, for a child?
I don't know. You know, neither one of my parents brought their histories to my house, nor their religious beliefs. I formulated my own belief system. And I do meditate. I find that it's very important to become very quiet, to go into the silence, to, you know, the old expression, go within.
Yeah.
I think that it's invaluable when you really want the truth, when you really want those answers. And therefore I utilize that as much as possible. And it also helps one to maintain balance and to come from that space within all the time, to come from the heart.
You talk about the inner light. And obviously that helps you in your career because in show business there are so many ups and so many downs that it maintains a personal balance for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that, you know, basically you are responsible for walking in balance. You know, when you can try to get clear enough as an individual to go through life in balance, then you are able to deal with whatever comes up in your life, whatever's necessary for you to deal with. You can deal with it in a more effective way and from a more relaxed state, not buying into all of the stuff.
Yeah, the hocus pocus part of it.
Yeah, well, just all the crazy silliness. You know, this industry's unfortunately populated with so many superficial, ridiculous individuals that I personally would not like to waste my time with, and therefore I don't. And, you know, so many people are so out of touch with what I call the light, or whatever you want to call it, you know, God, or that essence that exists within all of us. Everyone's very much lost from that, and I think it's time for people to reawaken to that and to understand that and how wonderful that is, and to utilize it in your daily existence.
Yeah.
Really.
Now, you love to travel.
I love
to take off all the time.
I do.
Have you always wanted to be like a nomad where you just go?
I don't know if it's so much that, but I am incredibly spontaneous.
Are you?
Oh yeah, I'll go at the drop of that. You can be sitting there and say, so what are you doing for the next 3 days? I didn't have anything planned. Well, you want to go to,
Montana?
I'd say, yeah, let's go.
And you'd go?
And I'd go. Why not?
Oh,
it's
I'm
a blast.
such a chicken. I could never do
Oh,
that.
you know,
I'm so jealous. I'd have to pack and I'd have to call my mother. I'd have to get the doors done.
Just have that passport ready all the time.
But I envy that spirit to do that.
Well, I love the excitement and the adventure of travel.
Yeah.
I really do. I just came back from Tokyo and Hong Kong and Taipei.
Yeah.
I was going to go into Beijing, but obviously that trip was canceled.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, having been very close to what was happening?
It was absolutely horrific. It was so sad. I mean, I can't, it's like you talk about it and you get, you know, like choked up.
For the students.
For the people.
Yeah.
How about the people that are there now? Yeah. We're looking at an entire country of people, some of which do not even know what occurred in their own country because of the restrictions that the government has imposed on the media. And you know, my heart really goes out to the country. My heart goes out to the people who are living in this incredibly oppressed state of fear. And what can they do?
Nothing.
I think that we, this country, as well as other countries, have a responsibility to open our doors to whoever wants to come here and at least give them the opportunity to live and raise their children in a free, democratic society. I mean, there are people that are saying, please, let me, please. I have a wife and little babies. I want them to live. I want them to grow up. And the government says, well, I'm sorry, but, you know, we're at our quota. What does that mean? We're talking about human beings, not numbers. You know, that's my big thing with so much of politics anyway. I mean, how can you just deal? It's all come down to, it's so distorted. Numbers and figures and big business and economics as opposed to people, as opposed to human beings.
It seems to be the last thing on the list.
Which, in fact, it should be the first.
It should be the first.
Now, I think.
We would be remiss, before we go, to not ask you about Hunter. I mean, you're starting a new season?
Yeah, we're going into the 6th season right now.
Season. That's good.
Yeah.
It's nice. Is it fun? You like it?
Sometimes, and sometimes not. Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes it's wonderful, and sometimes it's incredibly difficult, just like any job, you know. The thing that I'm working on right now that is real exciting is I'm finally putting together my first album.
I was just going to...
Yeah, I've been writing a lot of music and keeping busy on the side, as it were, behind the scenes, you know, from the work schedule of the show. And it's pop rock and roll, and it feels really good, and I am...
You've got the hair for it.
Yeah. I mean, I just can't wait. I've missed it very much. Musically, I was trained classically as a mezzo-soprano. I mean, I used to do opera and musicals and all that. But a long time ago, I decided I really wanted to record, and it's been a kind of a slow process, but I believe everything falls into place just as it should, exactly in the right time, everything being perfect.
Balance.
So, yeah, so I'm very excited
on
about
concert,
it.
when you stop by in New York, come by in your rock outfit and your hair, and you can do a number for us.
Wouldn't it be fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Thanks.
Definitely versatile.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being here.
Yeah.
Okay. One woman's fashion